Hey cycling community, this is Steve Grusis, the Cycling Greek. I cannot stress enough the importance of tempo and tempo plus training. Tempo training is above endurance and below threshold. By dedicating ample amounts of time to the sweet spot training, you'll be able to increase the strength of your endurance and the endurance of your strength. You will, in essence, be able to increase what I call your upper base. It is from this base that you build with your threshold and anaerobic work. The wider the base, the higher you can go. On this training ride, I rode 31 miles before I met the group. Because of the early start, we started with a small group of 4. Right from the start of that group ride, we went into tempo pacing. Each one of us would take 3 to 5 minute pulls at tempo pace, then we'd drop back, sit in at endurance to upper endurance depending on the terrain at that particular moment. After about 30 to 45 minutes, 2 of the group had to turn around due to time restrictions. Tom and I continued to do the whole loop. After about 75 minutes, we got to the base of the first major climb. Tom, being 15 to 20 pounds lighter than me, easily rode away from me. I chased him at tempo, but I was getting knackered from all the time we spent in tempo and dialed back to endurance and finished the climb. After the water stop at the top, it was more tempo pacing to the base of the next climb. And that's what you're seeing on the screen right now. As long as I was holding a good enough pace, Tom let me stay in the front. About halfway up, I could no longer do the tempo pacing, and so I slipped behind his wheel. And that didn't last too long. We again reconnected at the water stop after the top of the climb, then we set off again. Because of the work I had done previously, I was able to do as much tempo pacing on this ride as I did. This ride and other rides like it will help me be strong for my double century goal in early October. In this training ride, I did the first 101 miles in just under 6 hours. Though I was too knackered to do my intervals in the final 10 miles of this 120 plus mile ride, I did set a strong enough pace that I was happy with that I would derive benefit from. Remember, after you establish your base, start working on your upper base with tempo and tempo plus work. Once that's done, you have many options on where you can go. I am worn out. I'll brag about the 6 hours and 101 miles that I did, but I'm not going to brag about the 20 miles and the 4 hours I'm about to do. Still got to get home. It's just about 20 miles, probably like 15 miles. I'm sitting at about 105 right now, I think. But the relentless pace that we did for those 6 hours is costing me now. It's money in the bank, it's going to pay off, but man, I'm worn out. Okay, got to get home. Okay, finally made it home. I was knackered after that first 6 hours. I rested a bit, just a little extra, spun a little, and then when I got to my regular end of ride intervals, I didn't do the intervals, but I kept the pressure on, so it was good enough. Time to play chauffeur and do all my chores. Remember, comment, like, subscribe, and I do mean comment, like, and subscribe. The Cycling Greek.